This is Twit.
My app is language related. I mentioned earlier in the show that I will be in France soon.
Yeah.
And I've got this friend.
Très bien.
We'll call each other friends.
Oh, votre ami?
Something like that.
Wait a minute.
Something.
Is this a little announcement here?
No, it's not an announcement. I'm just saying I'm going to hang out with a friend. And
Is this friend male?
Yes, but you know, males and females
Is
can be
this friend
friends.
French?
Speaks French.
You have a little friend in France?
Well, shouldn't everybody?
Speaks of French?
Everybody should.
The language of love.
Well, it's a language. I like it.
April in Paris.
Here's the problem. Be July. The problem is my
Is your friend Pepe Le Pew?
No. Thank goodness. No.
You kind of look like he might like you with that hat on.
No.
You could be a female skunk.
Whatever you're thinking, you're wrong.
Okay.
However, my French is bad, and his English. Brian, can you not? Can you not? Thank you. His English is non-existent. So it's like, I'm the one who's actually better at it, so I want to, you know, go the extra mile. So here's how iTranslate voice works, and this is why it's so cool, because if you're running it on two iDevices, what you do is you input, shut up, you input text on one device.
Yeah.
Now, of course, I'm holding both of these, but let's say one friend has an iPad, and the other friend has an iPhone or another
Really,
iPad.
Lane, you're going to do this with this guy. You're in the cafe, you're holding hands, and you're going to whip out your
We're
iPad.
not holding hands. I barely know him. Come on. We're just friends. So I say on my end, okay, well, I'm going from English to French, right? And you've got all sorts of options.
Wow.
Yeah, and by the way, when you go to
every
French,
language in the book.
you've got an option of male or female voice. I've just gone with female, whatever.
That's nice, yeah.
And then you've got offline voice. And what's nice about offline voice is because of, you know, Siri and the translate option, iOS 8 has its own voice that's built in, and you can use that offline, and that's kind of nice. However, iTranslate is like, we think our voice is better, but we're still just giving you the option. Also, you've got a little slider here if you want the translated voice to go really fast or slow down a bit. So you just kind of have an option there. All right, so if I say, let's just go ahead and...
Pen of my aunt.
So check this out. If I go ahead and say on AirTranslate, all right, let's see, another device is near you and it has AirTranslate enabled, which I do. Whoops. There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Again with a slider.
Lot of sliders. Fine, fine, fine. Yep.
I find if you wish to go the extra kilometer, having a slider helps.
You are a nerd central. Oops. Oh. Sorry, I'm not sure what you said. Wait, hold on a second. I just want to make sure that... Searching for a device. No, now hold on.
Wait a minute. It sees, so you can send it from one device to another?
That's what I'm about to show you.
Oh, that's cool. So he could be in another land.
Yeah.
And you could talk to each other.
Well, kind of.
Or do you have to be on the same? Oh,
there we go.
it's on the same network,
sorry,
right?
Blah blah blah. Yes. No, it's designed to be used like when you're next to each other, right?
Next to each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I was to say
more romantic all the time.
I thought so. No, watch this crap. Hi, it's so nice to meet you. Thanks for having a coffee with me. All right.
Yeah.
See?
That's good.
Now see, so on
that's pretty good.
Your friend's end, and I've got it going.
So he should respond to you and say something in French.
Oui, oui, mademoiselle.
Yes, yes, miss.
See, it works perfectly.
Miss.
It's so cool.
That's really cool.
So it's like, yeah.
And you find it's fairly accurate?
Pretty accurate. I mean, it's as accurate as any, you know, dictation that's on your iDevice.
He has to have an iOS device, and you have to be on the same network. Is it like the AirDrop thing?
That's exactly what it is. So you're in each other's vicinity. The app is, I believe, it's $1.99 each. Is that right? Maybe it's 99 cents. I want to make sure I get that right. It is
$1.99.
$1.99. Okay, so
that is so cool.
I thought so. I thought it was pretty cool.
I love that.
And the thing is that, yeah, sure, Google Translate, I've talked about that before.
Yeah,
That's
but this is
actually
different. This is two different devices.
And it's sort of this real time. Yeah, there's a slight delay because it's like you have to, there's a little bit of translation that goes back and forth, but you know, it doesn't have to just be you're sitting talking to a friend. It could be you're in a foreign country. In fact, iTranslate has kind of this neat video that they have on on their website, and it shows this girl, and she's walking, she's Caucasian, she's walking through Tokyo, and she's like, the kind of, she's like, oh, I'm so lonely. But she, eventually is able to use this to communicate with other folks.
Really neat.
I thought so.
I really like it. iTranslate.
It's pretty cool.
On the train you could use it, at a cafe. And if you meet somebody, you can sit across from each other and be going like this.
And by the way, if you're like, yeah, well, I don't know anybody who has an iDevice that would want to use this, this can also work just by itself. You don't have the AirTranslate.
I love it though that you each can have the device. And like you could be wearing headphones. It's like you're talking to each other through the computers.
Right. It's like you've got this robot that's helping you fall in love or whatever.
Right.
But you can also just, la 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 la.
I'd love to hear the translation.
And then I've said.
The French tends to be a fairly concise language.
Sure, yeah, they're like, no, just no. But I've said, without saying that I am talking to another device, it's all going on here. So this is actually happening more just like a regular translation app. Yeah, so it's fun. iTranslate.
iTranslate, you translate,
yes.
we all translate.
iTranslate voice, actually. iTranslate is a different app that does just more like straight translation.
Voice version.
Yeah, so this is the voice version. It's a lot of fun.